This is the Calliope, an M4 Sherman modified to carry 60 M8 rocket launchers. Officially designated as T34 Calliope. It is perhaps one of the most American tanks ever. In this video we will learn why it was built, how it was built, and what the reaction of the German troops on encountering the Calliope. The Calliope mounted a rocket launcher system and combined the versatility of the M4 Sherman tank. Developed in 1943, it featured a rack of 60 launch tubes mounted about 1 meter above the Sherman's turret. These tubes fired 4.5-inch M8 rockets armed with high explosives equivalent to the shells of a 105 mm howitzer. These rockets usually were fired by planes like the P-47 Thunderbolt. The rockets had a maximum range of about 4,200 yards, nearly 4 kilometers, but were individually inaccurate, making the Calliope ideal for saturating target areas with explosive firepower quickly. Structurally, the launcher was supported by large beams bolted to the turret cheeks and connected to the tank's 75 mm main gun barrel via a pivoting arm, allowing the rockets to be aimed with the same elevation angle as the tank's gun. That being 12 degrees of depression and 25 degrees of elevation. However, when the launcher was installed, the tank's main gun could not be fired without modifications. Field crews later adapted the system so the tank gun could still be fired at reduced elevation. The rockets were electrically fired from within the tank through cables extending from the commander's hatch. For safety or tactical reasons, the entire launcher could be jettisoned from the tank, restoring the Sherman's original gun function. Reloading the launcher was a manual process with crew members inserting rockets one at a time onto the rack. The Calliope was deployed mainly in 1944 to 1945 in the European theater. It was especially useful for infantry support in cutting through fortified German positions by delivering a devastating barrage of rockets. While not as accurate as traditional artillery, the saturation and psychological impact of the rocket's noise and explosive power made the Calliope an effective battlefield asset. The sound of the rocket firing demoralized the Germans and also brought morality to the supporting infantry. The Calliope was also meant to be deployed during D-Day, but the top heaviness of the Calliope made inadequate to be put on the landing craft, so they were not used during D-Day. The name Calliope was inspired by the tank's distinctive roar, reminiscent of the steam organ instrument of the same name. Around 200 of them were made between 1943 and 1945. Other variants of rocket artillery also exist during that time, such as the T-40 was Bang, which fired 27.2-inch or 180 mm rockets. This system also utilized the M4 Sherman. Another variant is the Tulip, which mounts 2 RP-3 rockets, which is a British design. It was a more light system but proved effective. Anyway, that's all for today, and as always, thank you for watching.